Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of City Skyline. I'm Sports Monkey. I'm here to talk to you. Today's episode will be about something very unique. We will go through each unique factory and try to place it within Lake Valley. Now, some of these factories are bigger than others, like you could tell. Like, look how big this one is. This is massive. But we will try to place each of the factories in the area that it would work best for. For example, let's just go to the lemonade factory. Now, we need to go over to where our farm is. Well, this is where our farm is, and let's just see if we could place this over here. All right, we could place it right there along the road. Now, is that a good place to put it? Now, I'm not a huge fan of placing it on a major road. So far, not a good idea, but let's see if we have any other space. We do have some space over here, which would work perfect. We do not have any major traffic or anything like that. So let's just make sure it has water, and I know it already has. How does it not have power? It's connected. It should have power. No. Yeah, it should have. Oh, I guess it does not have power. Okay, so yeah, it should. So none of these have power. Huh, that's interesting. All right, well, let's get it some power. I did not realize that none of those places had power. All right, let's just add a power line over here. Oh my God, now it's gonna act like this. It's okay. All right, so we added that. Now, what we need to look at is since we put the factory over here, it needs crops and glass to make lemonade. So the crops are over here. So actually, this is probably not a great spot to put it. I should have looked at that beforehand, but we do make glass over here. So what would actually be a better idea is if we put the factory right here. Again, I do not like putting this on a major road, but I think it's a good idea to put it on this major road because there really isn't much traffic. Let's just add, you know what we could do? We can add this. It can go like this. And it should, perfect. Okay, now we should be able to fit in. Perfect. There's that. Okay, so what's really good about that plant is that, again, it needs crops. So the crops are, here is our farm, so the crops are there. And then it needs glass. So what's really nice is we have glass production over here. So the glass should not take a very long... What I'm going to actually do to kind of help the glass production out a little bit, or glass get over there, I'm going to put another road. So now all it has to do is, well, that's metals. Now all glass has to do is go take a right, left, right, and it's there. So just an idea on how quickly we can get glass to the lemonade factory. And so what you also have to look at is not enough specialty goods. Yes, we're waiting on glass, but you also want to look at is production rate. So right now the upkeep per week is $480 a week. If you raise that production, you're also raising the weekly upkeep of that building. So now I raised it 120%. You can see it's 576. So since it's just starting, we're gonna just have it at 100%. So basically the crops and the glass can have a good, try to figure out how let's say Skylines get the glass to this lemonade factory, so we can actually figure out how quickly it gets there and how efficiently. So we'll see how well that works out. It should work out really well. So now that is one building. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Some of these unique buildings I already have. The furniture building I already have. It is over here. So furniture. Sorry, it is over here in our forest industry. So we place this in the forest industry because guess what? It needs plain timber and paper. and it's working. I put it at 130% because look how quickly it should get this plain timber, and it should get the paper. It should get a lot of it. I could actually bump that up even more. So let's go to the next building. Rapid fire. We have a bakery. So the bakery is it will be another farm building that will be necessary. So well, let's put it over here also. And we'll do what we did over here. Just add these little paths so there's no traffic. And then let's go back to the bakery. The bakery is not even a very big building for that matter. So that's perfect. Now it does make noise. So we got out of that. So there's no residential. So we put it in a good spot where there's no residential that will get affected by it. We do have residential nearby. So if we click on the bakery needs animal products, crops, flour. So it's basically, oh, and it needs power. But essentially what this needs is everything that's in the farming area. So in the farming industry. So basically everything we need for this bakery is right over here. Now what we could do is actually, if we were a little bit smarter, which no, it's actually in a good spot, because if you think about, I was going to say, where is all this getting processed? So again, it needs animal products, crops, and flowers. So look at this. Animal products coming right down the street. More animal products coming right down the street. So it's right by it. Then the flour mills are right. Oh, and it's saving. Oh, and I was about to click on the wrong one. But the flour mills are even right here. I mean, they're right down the street. And then the crops are right over here. So everything we need for this bakery is right here. So it should work out very, very well. And you can see that trucks are already coming in. So we have animal truck. What's that? Crops. And then what's the third one? Flour. See, all three trucks already made it in relatively quick amount of time. And that worked out really well. So no issues here at all with that. So let's go to the next one. We have a steel plant. Now, what do we need? Steel is just, oh, metal. Well, that is pretty simple. So now the issue we have is we can put it, oh, that would be a good spot for it. Like right there would be a good spot for it. All right, so we don't want to lose a kiln. So how can we do this to where, okay, so that is off a major road. So what we're going to do is, since we want to keep it in this ore industry area, let's see if we could do this. We're going to make like a little L shape. Now, I don't know if connecting this is a good or bad idea, but we're going to fit this steel plant right here. And we're going to snug it right up. Well, okay, that's good enough. That's close. Oh, that's perfect. And that is really perfect. So again, all this building needs is just metals. And what are we next to? Metals. Well, actually the ore industry, but still, you get what I'm saying. So we have a road that can get here, and it won't take any traffic up, and it is in a really good spot. It is kind of tucked away. I will actually monitor that just to make sure that steel or metals do get to it. But overall, steel, you know, we are right in the heart of where we produce steel. I mean, actually, if you think about it, the kilns are right here. So this is where the metal's created, and this is where the steel industry is. So I'm actually going to bump up that production. I know it's costing me more money, but guess what? It's right there. The steel, look at, there's already trucks going to it right now. I mean, it's right there. So there's really no reason for this factory to struggle. Look at, we already have products. Look at, already. Boom. Boom. Yeah, see, so that is in an excellent spot. Now let's go to the next one. Now, unique factory, household factory. So what this requires is petroleum, and I believe that is plastic. That is, let me just take a peek at that. I'm pretty sure that is just plastic. Yep, so plastic and petroleum. So what we need is, this would actually be a really good spot in the oil industry, because let's just go over the oil industry really quick. So obviously we create petroleum, which is great, but then so there's actually a lot of it. Then we also create plastics in this area. So let's move that building. Where did that building go? There. And it's right there. So let's steal this building, and we're gonna move it to. So this is where it's gonna be the most beneficial. Like where I'm placing this is where it will maximize its ability to create product. So I'm gonna put it right here, which is a really good spot for it. So over here again, all it needs is petroleum and plastics. I'm going to increase the production rate. Now, we're going to take a little bit of a hit on our monthly income of $35,000 because, I mean, this building is just starting out, but this is in a good spot. Literally, there is petroleum, there's plastic right here, and the plastic just needs to get over there. I mean, it's really not badly placed. Then we have more plastics. Then over here, we have petroleum. So guess what? It has everything it needs to succeed as a unique factory. Then let's go to the toy factory. Let's see what the toy factory needs. The toy factory needs paper, plain timber, and plastics. So this one is a little different because it needs a little bit of everything. So it needs more timber than it needs plastics. So we need to put it in a spot where we can connect, or where the plastics can come from over here, and then we can also get the trees, get the plain timber, and have it efficiently build products. So let's see, what would be a good spot? Maybe off this throughway, I'm thinking. There's no traffic over here. Oh, this building. Oh, I have to. The building already exists. Yes, of course it does. It's in my oil industry. Duh. All right, so let's steal this back over here, and let's place it. So I want to place it near the throughway for a couple reasons. First of all, there's no traffic in this area. Like you can tell, there's none whatsoever. And it already has water and whatnot. But what's nice is that we will get our petroleum, or our plastics rather. There is an easy highway system to go from here all the way down to here and get off at this exit and loop around. So it really has an easy way to succeed. And look, there's already paper in there. We're waiting on the plain timber. The plain timber, you know, we are right in the heart of where all the plain timber is being made. So there should be no issues with that. Let's see, plain timber. Let's see. Yep, that's paper. Paper. Wow, a lot of paper. Okay. We might need to make more plain timber because that is not enough. Okay, so then there is plain timber being created, so that works out really nice. Again, it's right down the street from where literally the plain timber can go from here to there relatively quick. So very good accessibility for the toy factory, which needs plain timber, plastic, and paper. All right, let's go to the next unique factory. It's going to start to get bigger. So now this is the printing press. Now I know that this is going to need something similar to the toy factory. I mean, I know toys and printing press are not the same, but for this unique factory, you need paper and plastic to create printed products. So again, we need plastic. So the plastic is in our oil industry, and we know it's already over there. So I'm going to create a new off-ramp just for these unique products. Honestly, let's just save unique products, let's save some shipping time and just have it over here. This way they can get off right here and just drop off the product a little bit easier so they're not stuck in this traffic jam. So that should be fine. That we'll give it some time to let the trucks come. And let's go on to the next one. Now, we already have a lemonade factory. Now, the electronics factory, excuse me. So, what this will need is plastic, glass, and metals. So, it needs a lot of different things. So, where would be a good spot for this? I'm thinking over here off the highway, so this way we can get, it needs a little bit of everything, and this way we can have everything that's in the middle. So here's where you're getting your plastics from, and here's where you're getting everything else you need for the factory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how much room. Oh, we have tons of room over here. So we're going to create this off the highway. I think this is an excellent idea because it gives the goods an easy access to get to. So like what I mean by that is we're going to create the highway that will connect to it. So watch, this will be an easy on and off ramp. That'll be fine. I'm just going to create an off ramp here. Oh, wrong one. Just a very simple off ramp, and we'll just have it going this way. Have that connect, and then we'll have just the same way, just let them get back on if they need to turn around. So we can do the same thing on this side, but I think we're gonna go over. By over I mean, all right, let's just connect that too. So we'll only have two ways in, or one way in and one way out. There's that. Perfect. So now we have two ways of getting in and two ways. Now this way we need to get out. So we'll connect this there. We'll pop it up there. Oh, and while it's saving. Now, these unique factories can make you a lot of money. So just be aware that yes, they do cost a lot of money, but they will make you a lot of money. So don't worry about that. Wow, that looks ugly. So let's pause that. And just... there we go. Perfect. Look at that. That works really well. So we have both sides of the highway are able to come in and out. So now let's create that unique building. So we are creating the electronics factory. Yeah, I don't know what I called it before, but it was not the correct name. But since we might need room for other unique buildings, I'm just going to put this here. And it's going to need water. So let's get some water over there. So again, I know we're not necessarily really close to either. Well, we're in the middle, actually, from the ore industry and the oil field. So this way, like I said, we'll have an easy way to get plastics from over here, and then the rest of what we need over in the ore industry. So I mean, luckily this is why you put a throughway system in place, to where it's easy for vehicles to come in and out of this little area. It's almost like it's almost like when you're on the highway, like in Buffalo, New York, we have what's called Route 90, and it's kind of like a pit stop, you know, one of those drive-through stops. But in this case, we are going to drop off goods, not go to McDonald's and go to the bathroom. But you get exactly what I'm saying. So let's add some power over here. It doesn't really matter. I just want something that can power all these things. I don't want to add a lot of expense for that power, but you know, that should be fine. So the next building we have is what's called the clothing factory. Let's just open it right here. All right, so what we need here is animal products, crops, and plastics. Now again, it's a mixture of farming industry. Wow, I have some abandoned buildings, but that's okay. It's a mixture of animal products, crops, and plastics. Now, I think we should actually put this building over here because, again, it's a mixture of the ore industry and the farm industry. What I'm going to do actually is kind of move this over a little bit. Let's see if we could fit both factories there. So let's go back and grab. So I did move over one of our factories. Let's go grab this and see if we can put it. Oh, and it fits perfectly. It fits beautifully, guys. Okay, what I'm going to do, though, so we don't create any traffic issues, we're going to create a one-way. So we're just going to upgrade this, and we're just going to... No, let's change direction. There we go. No, and you cannot do that. Oh, well, okay. I guess we can't do that. It's very odd, but okay. Anyways, so again, here is the clothing factory. All it needs is animal products, crops, and plastics. Everything it needs is very close by. So that works out really, really, really well. And as you can tell, we're getting glass, which is right down the street. And then, as you can tell, we are getting all three, well, all three of the next door neighbor products, which is all over here. The animal products, crops, and flowers are all right there. All right, let's move on to the next unique building. It is the Petroleum Refinery. Now, let's just see exactly. First of all, this building is massive. So let's just see what we need to do. So it needs petroleum, plastic, and metals. So it needs a combination of I'm gonna put this right over here. I know this is gonna cost me extra money to move it over, but we're gonna keep it over here. We're gonna do the same thing that we did with the electronics factory. So I want to keep it over here because, again, it needs the fuel or petroleum from the oil industry. Then it needs the metals and plastics from the ore industry. So we're kind of putting it in a central location, which works out really, really well. I mean, location-wise, we can't do better. Like, look at the electronics factory already has everything it needs because guess what? We have a good transportation system in place to get goods from one side of the city to the next. So let's move on to the next one. I do realize that I do have some abandoned buildings and things I need to clean up, but that's all right. We're going to keep going. So the soft paper wow, this is also a unique building. The soft paper factory. Now, this needs literally everything. So I'm actually going to keep this there, right here, because it needs the crops, it needs the paper, it needs petroleum, plastic, it needs literally everything. So let's keep that there. That should work for the time being. It's in a really good spot. Now, the car factory. Oh my God, these buildings are going to get huge. Now, do you guys understand, if in the comments section below, please make sure tell me you understand why I'm putting all these in the same area. If you do understand why, please just say thank you or something like that, because it is really confusing on how to actually best maximize these unique buildings because they cost you a lot of money. Now, as you can tell, remember before we started building these unique buildings, I was at around 35,000 per week. Now I'm at around 72. Yeah, it's hovering at 71, 72. I mean, we're making money. So look at when these things are idle, they're costing you 1,360 a week, 960 a week, and 2,400 a week. So you really need to make sure you maximize using, make sure that the goods have the ability to or the product is actually, you actually have the ability to get all the, to make sure you're manufacturing at all times. Basically, that's all I'm getting at. I was trying to say a lot, but I couldn't get it out, so bleh. Anyways, so again, this building over here needs literally everything. So let's not turn up, I'm not going to crank up the volume on these products yet, the production rate. We just need everything to settle in. Now let's go to the next one. We have a food factory. Oh, this one is a little bit different. It is horizontal. So let's see what we need with that. Horizontal. Now again, it needs literally everything. So I mean, we're putting this in a really good spot. I might cheat and just move it over here, to be honest with you. And this thing's already being a pain in the ass. Let's see, stored for 3 weeks. I might have to change out. Anyways, whatever. Go back to the unique buildings. All right, we need everything product-wise. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep everything in the central location. And look it, we already have petroleum, plastics, and metals that have made their way here. So look it, we're making money on that. Look it, the production value is 8,000. The cost of materials, 2,640. That is an excellent profit margin. I mean, so we need to keep that going. I think I really do need to create another power source. But anyways, we're going to keep going. Next one, the molecular house factory. All right, again, it needs a little bit of everything. We're going to keep it over here. Perfect. Again, it needs everything. So what I actually might do is create another off-ramp. So just in case, you know, just... Alright, so we have an off-ramp there. And we're just going to kind of mooch off this line over here a little bit. Now, I want it to go that way. So, let's see if we can curve it. We're going to curve it, guys. We're going to curve it. We're going to curve it. There we go. Perfect. Now, I might regret that because I might need to add more unique buildings, but we'll we'll get to that later on. Anyways, all right. So we have we did add the molecular building. So the molecular building needs plain timber, plastics, glass, metals. So we need literally everything. So again, it is in a perfect spot where the trucks can get to everything. See, looky, you can see right now. The trucks can get to every single building and then easily get out. So this system is working out great. All right, let's go to the next one. We're almost at the 27-minute mark. Oh, a shipyard. Okay, this one's a little different, guys. This one needs to be it needs to have a water connection is what I'm getting at. So this one is honestly the hardest one to build because it needs a little bit of everything. So what we can do is let's just place it and we could see what products or what it needs. Let's see. Oh, and it's saving. Sorry, my game is saving. Yep, there goes that. Okay. So what it needs is plain timber, plastics, glass, and metals. So we need... Oh, man, this is going to be a tough one. We need a spot where we can get all of this. Plastics, metal. Now, what if I put it over here? I know that looks like a stupid area. No, that could be a dumb area. A bad area. All right, I'm going to put it... Actually, I'm going to move it... No, it'll be fine. I'm going to actually keep it there. And I will explain why in 2 seconds. Just let me connect this to there. Oh. I actually like this. I'm going to be honest with you. I actually like where this area is. Or where we placed it. Now, let me just explain why. It's going to need some power and electric. Wow, we spent a lot of money, by the way, on all of these unique factories. And we still have a ton of money left over. So that's not a problem. So let's go over here. All right, so it should have power. So the reason behind this is it needs plain timber, plastics, glass, and metals. Now the reason why I put that over here, well, no, see, there's transportation over here, or there's not tourism over here, and then there is. Then that would not be. We need a good centralized spot. I don't actually like where I put that. All right, I can't put it along here. We have train tracks, so that's a no-go. What if I put it over here? But then it needs a throughway. What if I put it over here? So that off-ramp is a little jammed up. That would not be beneficial to where we want to put it, so that's not a good idea. Just trying to figure out where we should put the last... I'm just going to keep it over here. I mean, the off-ramp... That's not a good spot. And then we have our fishing industry over here. Man, I'm sorry I'm scrambling on this last... Where to put this last one. It is tough. Look at how nice our Statue of Liberty looks though with all those trees. Anyways, sorry, I'm stalling. I don't know where to put this. Where could we efficiently, where can we maximize building? I mean, can we put it here? Okay. I don't know how that makes sense. But if we can connect it there, I mean, I don't know how that's gonna work. That does not look like a good fit. I don't know. Let's just, you know what? Since this doesn't really have to work, we're just here to place it. Let's just place it. move a road over here and get it some water, and we'll call it a day and we'll explain it. I'm at the 31-minute mark of this video, so I mean, usually you guys average viewer retention is about 4 minutes right now in a 30-minute video, so you know, I'm just playing the odds that I shouldn't make it longer. Yep, that is called analytics, folks. I do love analytics, whether if it's in sports and whatever else. Alright, so we have that connected. I don't, you know, when we build these boats, how is it gonna get out of here? But whatever, whatever, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Anyways, so that was the last unique building we have. So that works out really, really, really well. So now, we have a lot of abandoned buildings. I'm gonna have to go through and destroy them. But I just want to show you all the unique buildings and how to actually create them and why, or how to utilize them and make them the most successful possible. Look at all of our unique buildings. Only one of them actually needs resources. Oh, and it just got it. So look at all of our buildings have the resources they need to make money. And the amount of money went on a daily basis went from 35,000 to about 80,000. So when you're running these plants efficiently, you can make a lot of money. So that is all I really wanted to get into. So thank you guys very much for watching. I'm going to post this video later today. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I do appreciate you guys watching this video. It means a lot to me. And so thank you very much, guys. Have a great rest of your day.